welcome to Playing for Second. My name is Brian, and today I'm going to continue on with my 20x6 for 2026 solo challenge with Nusfjord. So this is game number 4 that I've done so far this year, and it's a pretty good solo uve. I mean, a lot of uves are good soloable, but basically we're just going to be in a fishing village trying to go out and get some fish. So slightly different than farming, but basically the same thing for the most part. So go ahead and join me at the table, and I'll do a quick overview. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to be doing some fishing. We're also going to be building up the fishing village with these buildings. There are different decks in the game that you use for the cards. We are using the trout deck, which just shuffled up those cards. These are the C cards, which we will get in rounds 4 and 6. They're usually kind of more higher scoring end game kind of cards. The B cards, which are these 6 here, are kind of in the middle there. Some of them can score decent points, like this guy here is worth 6, and other ones are, this one's only worth 1, but it's cheap and it potentially can get you some gold. And then the A cards are what we're going to be using. A lot of those are kind of used to augment actions or give you some fun little quick things. Like for instance, this pond installation I've been eyeing, we might try to get that one here right off the bat. So you use half of the cards in the game and you shuffle them. So there's replayability with every deck, and I think there's 6 or 7 decks of different fish cards in the game. Up top here we have some elders that we can purchase, or I guess not purchase, hire, use them. I'm not sure what the actual terminology is, but that is this action here. So we can take one of those elders. You can immediately use them, but to use an elder, you have to feed them from these serving plates. You will start with 1 fish on 1 plate in the game. So you can basically get an elder, use it immediately, but you do have to use that fish. There's also ships up at the top. The more ships you have, the more fish you're going to go out and get when you go out fishing. So currently we got this little tiny ship down here, so we're only going to be getting 3 fish. Whichever of these numbers furthest to the left is visible, that's how many fish you get. Actions you're going to take here, you can just get a gold. You can transfer fish from your reserve, which we'll see how those go in here shortly. You can do the serve fish action, which is how you add more fish over here, so you can use your elders. It also gets you some gold. 2 spaces to build a building. You also can issue a share up there for 2 gold. So we have 3 unissued shares and 2 issued shares. In a multiplayer game, when you issue a share, you're going to put it up there, and then someone can go in and buy all of the shares that are up there, including yours. And in that case, they would get some of your fish during the fishing phase, which we'll go to here quickly. In a solo game, you're basically issuing shares to get money, and then you're going to try to buy them back later because they're worth points to you at the end of the game. So that's the issue share, that's the buy share. And then there's 3 here that are all kind of based on these forests in the game. The first one is you can remove a forest to get 5 wood. The second one here is thin out. You can get +1 wood for however many forests you have on your board. And the last one is reforest. You can put forests back onto your board in a double spot, and it would be 2 forests that go on there. Finally, you can build a ship up top there. I've already said that, but those ships are going to cost all of the cards, buildings, everything are going to cost wood, fish, or money, or some combination. Those are the 3 resources we're going to be using in the game. All right, so the first thing you're going to do every round is you're going to have a fishing phase. So during that fishing phase, you get however many fish I just mentioned, furthest to the left here. So I'm going to get 3 fish. The first thing you have to do is you have to feed any elders. Well, we don't have any elders, but if we had some elders in here, we would have to put a fish on every elder card that we had. The second thing you have to do is you have to give a fish to your foreign shares. So shares that are up here, or again, if you're playing multiplayer, shares that other people have of your color. And the third thing you're going to do is you're going to give each one of your shares that you own 1 fish. And then next, you're going to put any fish that are left into the reserve to a max of 8. If you go over 8, it's going to go back into the general supply. All right, that's the fishing phase. We are now ready for the action phase. Or the work phase, which is where you take your actions. So in the solo game, you're using 2 colors and you're going to get in your own way. So in round 1, we're going to place our 3 red tokens. In round 2, the 3 red tokens will remain out there, and we're going to place the 3 blue tokens. And then we'll just go back and forth like that. So you're going to, whatever you did last round, you're going to be in your own way. In a solo game, you do get this copy in action over there. So you can copy something that already has a token on it. Otherwise, these little numbers in the top left of every box, that's how many people can go there at once. So every action can only have one token on it in a solo or two-player game. I kind of like this pond installation. I was looking through the cards here before I played, and the pond installation immediately +1 fish and +1 gold for every 3 wood in your supply. Well, you don't start with any wood in your supply. It costs 1 wood and it costs 1 gold. So I think I'm going to clear some of these forests, get some wood to buy that card and trigger it, I think, to try to get 3 of each. So we are going to deforest, and then we are going to copy that action to deforest again. And we're going to take both of these off to get 10 wood. I'm just going to use markers for now for the 10 wood. So that gets us the wood we need for that. We do need money. So let's go ahead and issue a share. So we are going to issue a share up there like that. That gets us 2 money. My normal disclaimer whenever I play a game: not great at this game, not great at any game, or life in general, if we're being honest here. So don't use this for strategy advice, tactical advice, or anything like that. I'm just trying to have fun playing these games. I figured I'd share it with you. So if you're screaming at your TV right now, or phone, or whatever you're watching on, that was a terrible play, yeah, probably. All right, so we are now ready to go to the cleanup phase. So we're going to go to round 2. Which means we're going to be using these tokens. For now, that's all we have to do. In future rounds, we'll have to obviously grab back the other tokens. So we're going to fish again. I didn't buy any new ships, so it is still only 3 that we're going to get. The first one, again, goes to any elders. We don't have any. And then foreign shares. So this fish is going to go to this share. It doesn't stay there. It goes away at the end of the round. So I'm just going to put it back into the general supply. Whoops, I didn't move my little fishies over the first time. And then each share is going to get a fish, and then they will go to my personal supply. That's the fishing phase. So we are ready to do this. So yeah, I think I'm going to get that pond installation. So we're going to go ahead and build a building. It's going to cost 1 wood, so I will turn in 5 to get 4 back. And it's going to cost 1 money. And we'll get pond installation. All right, immediately +1 fish and +1 gold for each 3 wood in your supply. So I have 9 wood in my supply, so that's going to be 3 fish and 3 gold. Gold's hard to come by, at least for me in this game. And gold is also points. 1 gold is 1 point at the end of the game. All right, let's see. Well, I want to build a ship. I'm trying to see if there's any good ones over here for like when you build a ship. Before you build a ship, +1 fish per fish on the banquet table. That's just 1. Oh, building dock. After you build a ship, +1 wood per ship left on the supply board of the type you just bought. Okay. In a solo game, there are 3 ships of each type. There are 3 types as well. So I think we're going to do that. We can afford it. So we're going to build another ship. It's going to cost our 5 wood. It is going to cost 3 fish. And it's going to cost 2 money. But we're going to buy the building dock. So that's worth 6 points at the end of the game as well, but it also gives us that other ability, which I think we're going to take advantage of right away. We're going to go ahead and go build a ship. It's going to cost 2 wood and 2 fish for a sloop. But we are now going to get 5 fish during our fish phase. However, the building dock, after you build a ship, +1 wood for a ship, per ship left in the supply board of that type. There are 2 sloops up there, so the 2 wood we just paid, we're going to get right back, which seems cool. All right, end of the round. We're going to go into round 3. We're going to take our red tokens back. And then when we fish, we're going to get 5 fish. 1 is going to go to our share up there, which I'm just going to leave in the supply. We're going to get 2 more on our shares here, and then the 2 we have left are going to go into our personal supply. Okay. Well, I think let's get an elder, I think. So we're going to grab the harbor master. So the harbor master is going to come right down here. You can use them immediately. So I'm going to use this fish, and you can exchange one ship. So this sloop will become a cutter. The cutter can then later become a schooner, schooner. I don't know how to pronounce that type of ship. One of those, to be sure, probably. And then we have 2 left. This may be one of those, why'd you do that, you idiot? But I'm going to issue a share, and then I'm going to copy that action, and I'm going to issue both of my last 2 shares. When you do that, you get 2 money each. So I'm going to get 4 money. And then next round, I can buy them all back. And next round, in round 4 and 5, there's a 1 gold discount. In rounds 6 and 7, there's a 2 gold discount. So I can buy all 3 of those back next round for 2 gold, and then I'll be getting more fish. And again, I don't know if that's a good idea. It seems like a good idea right now at the time. So that is round 3. We're going to go to round 4, which means we are going to see 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Captain's house. Once your hull size is 11 or more, take an elder and use it immediately. Okay. Not terrible, but whenever you use an elder, you do still have to pay fish to use that elder. Speaking of which, this elder should have got a fish. So I'm going to take it from my reserve. We should have given them a fish when we did our fishing phase. I forgot I got one. We don't have any fish up here, so we can't currently use any elders. Carpenter, immediately 1 wood per building. We have 2 buildings currently, so I'm not super interested in that one. Cathedral, once you have 8 fish in your reserve and 12 wood in your supply, plus 3 gold. It's worth 7 points. It's expensive, though. Riverside Hut, 3 victory points per double space with 2 or more forests. Okay, we have 1 of those. So this is, I'm not sure, that's 2 forests on there. And we can reforest to get more. So that one I am intrigued by. Okay, so we are going to take our blue back. Oh, wait. We just got that elder last round. So now we are going to have to feed him. So we are going to get 6 fish. There's 6 fish. 3 are going to go, or I'm sorry, 1's going to go on the elder. 3 are going to go up there to our 3 shares. And then the last 2 will come on here and we'll get those. And then the first thing I want to do is I'm going to buy my shares. So it normally would cost me 3, but in round 4, which this is, we have ourselves a discount. So we're going to get those. And then we now have all 5 of our shares, so we're going to be getting more fish going forward. Okay. Harbor branch. Once your hull size is 11 or more, while you are missing a ship type. So only have 2 ship types. And then get the hull, and then that's worth 3 points. We can afford it, so we're going to do it. So it costs 2 wood, it costs 2 fish, and it costs 1 money. And then we're going to have to pay attention to that. So now we're trying to get our enough ships to get all the way up here, but only 2 different types of ships. And with the harbor master, hopefully that's easier to do. In fact, let's go ahead and build another ship. So we're going to build a sloop. We're going to spend our 2 wood, but then we're going to get it right back because of the building dock. And then we're going to spend 2 fish. So we are now fishing for 7 fish every round. So hopefully that's the higher you go, obviously, the better. All right, we're going to go into round 5, which means we're going to get these guys back. And we are going to fish for 7. Oh, this guy has seen better days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the elder is going to get 1 first. There we go. When there are 3 on any elder, 2 of them are going to go back to the general supply, and 1 goes to your supply. I don't have any foreign shares anymore, so we're going to get 5 on each one of our shares down here. And the last one will go to our reserve. Okay. I think I like that riverside hut, which means I need 10 fish and 1 wood. I have 8 fish. It also means I need to reforest. I want to get, because every time you reforest, you put 2 out, covering a double space like that. And those now are each worth 3 points if I can get that card, which is going to be my goal, to get that card. Let's go ahead and serve some fish. So we are going to spend, it costs 1 to put a fish here, 2 to put a fish here, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5 to put fish there. And you do have to go in that ascending order. So we're going to spend 1, and then we're going to spend 2, and then we're going to spend 3 to put 1, 2, 3. And the rest just go back into the supply, the general supply. Okay. Having done that, oh, I'm sorry, I also get 3 gold for doing that. For every plate you fill, you get gold for doing it. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the harbor master then. And we're going to upgrade this sloop into a cutter. Okay, and then just out of curiosity, does this schooner get us to 11? It does not. Okay. It does not. All right. That was us. So we're going to go ahead and go to round 6. We get 3 more sea cards. The Timber Depot, 7 victory points if you have 12 wood in your supply. We have 2. Nature Reserve, after you reforest on the action space, gain 2 gold. Oh, that would have been handy. We just did a reforest. It does cost 5 money, though. It's worth 5 victory points, so that one's probably not going to be one I'm interested in here. Dock Admin, 2 victory points per forest up to your hull size. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So if I get that, that could be worth, currently it would be worth 8. And our hull size is 8. So if I reforest here and then get this and the Riverside Hut, the Riverside Hut would be 9 points. The Dock Admin would be 12 if I can get all the way up here. That might be our plan here in the last 2 rounds. Let's go ahead and pull our ships back. And then we are going to get our fish. We are getting 8. 1 is going to go on to the Harbor Master. We are going to get 5. Which will leave 2 to go into our reserve. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna need more wood for that. Currently, I would need 6 wood if all I was planning on doing with wood for the rest of the game is buying those 2 cards. Let's go ahead and copy an action to reforest. And then we are going to thin out to get 6 wood. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 fish currently. I need 12. I'm going to be getting 5. So that's exactly how much I need. I need 3 money. I think I have to buy a schooner. So we're gonna spend 4 on a schooner, whatever it's called. Okay, and then next turn, if I upgrade this, okay, I think we're okay. We're gonna go into round 7, so we're gonna grab these back. Cool. We are then going to fish. We are going to get 10. 1 is going to go to the harbor master, so we'll get that back and over there. We will then get 5. I'm just going to use this 5. And then 4 would go in here, but this can only hold 2. So it'll get 2. And we have our final 3 actions. The first one is going to be harbor master to upgrade a cutter. Oops, I should have got 2 wood when I built that schooner thing. We're going to upgrade a cutter to a schooner. That puts us at 11 with only 2 types of ships, so we are going to get this 3 gold. Okay. And then I think we're going to just build with our last 2 actions. So the first thing we're going to build is going to be the riverside hut. So this is 1 wood and then 10 fish. So here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excuse me. Riverside hut. So that's going to be worth 9 points at the end of the game. Kind of 10 because we just covered up a negative. And then with our other build, we're going to spend 2 fish, 5 wood, and 3 money. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to get this dock admin, which fills our board, which is cool. But 2 victory points per forest up to your hull size. So we would get 12, but our hull size is only 11. So we're going to get 11. But this is the end of the game. So we can now add up scores. Now, if you use the phone, the BG Stats app on your phone, there's actually a score thing in there. But we're just going to do it manually here. All right, so ships. I have 10 points in ships. Cool. Then you're going to do any negative points at some point for shares that you didn't issue. They're worth -1. Or spots that are not covered. Those are worth -1. We issued all of our shares, and we don't have any spots that were uncovered. We do have 5 shares issued, and they're each worth a point. So that's going to give us 15. And each one of your gold left is worth 1 each. So that's going to give us 17. And then it's just buildings. Our pond installation gives us nothing. Our building dock gives us 6. That is 23. Our harbor branch gives us 3, which is 29. Our riverside hut is going to give us 3 per double space with 2 forests or more. So we're going to get 9 on there. Oh crap, what were we at? 15, 16, 17, 23, 29. So that's 38. And then our dock admin is 2 per forest. Well, we're only going to get 11. So that is 49 is our final score, which is easily the best I've done. Certainly makes me feel like I messed something up, but I'm not sure if I did or not. The book says 30 to 40 is a good score. So I imagine there's a lot of people out there that obviously go higher than just good. But for me, that was great. And felt really good too. Lots of cool combos with these cards too. There's other ways you could have taken it too. This dance hall, after you take an elder, use it immediately 1 more time. That's super cool. The problem is, at least the way that I've been playing, and I guess I could just switch how I play this, I never have that many fish up here. I never take that action very often. So if I don't have, you can't use it twice unless you have 2 fish when you get the elder. So I think I need to start working and start playing a little bit better when it comes to elders and getting those elders and using those, because some of their abilities are pretty powerful. So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite soloable Uves. Well, not soloable, but one of my favorite solo Uves. Agricola is still, I think, probably my favorite. This one's really good. Feast for Odin's pretty good too. I mean, a lot of his are really good for solo. But this one here too, for me, the big box was well worth it. I actually sold my original Nusfjord to get the big box because it wasn't a lot more expensive. Also, don't let the name fool you. It is not a big box. It is the normal size box. It just has all the expansions in it. But the expansions are just cards, just different decks of the different fish. So BGG also has, this is part of their, someone does the solo challenge for every month thing. If you're part of those forums, if you follow those on Board Game Geek, where they put up specific cards that you're supposed to go find, everyone does the same thing. They even hide the C cards so you can't see what's coming up. And then after you complete it, you're supposed to go online and post your score onto the forum to see who did the best, kind of thing. I thought about doing one of those, but I didn't like having to go through all of the different decks and finding different cards from different decks. So I figured I would just do this. But yeah, anyway, this one's really quite enjoyable. I'm glad I added it onto my solo challenge this year. I don't play it nearly enough because I've really enjoyed my time with it. So, but yeah, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time.